Well, hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to Creation Laboratory, where science and the Bible work together to illustrate truths of our marvelous Creator. Well, we have a wonderful experiment today to help us understand Christian charity. But before we get started, let me introduce you to my wonderful assistant, Grace.
Hi, I'm Grace.
Well, thank you for joining me today, Grace. Your help is greatly appreciated. Well, why don't you let the children at home know what they will need if they wish to try our experiment themselves?
So you're going to be needing 7 empty glasses, food coloring, and paper towels, a bowl of water, and something to stir it with.
Well, thank you, Grace. Today's experiment will take a few hours to work out completely, so be sure to find a place where you can safely leave your experiment out for a while. Okay, Grace, let's begin preparing our experiment. I would like you to first pour water into these 4 glasses, so they have an equal amount of water and are nearly full. You're making me thirsty. Don't spill.
I'm not going to spill, dude.
Famous last words. Wonderful job. Well, next we're going to add some food coloring to our 4 glasses of water. Now let's place some red food coloring into both of the outside glasses. 3 drops should do.
Okay. And then another one in this one.
And the very last one.
Oh.
2, 3. And, well, for the remaining 2 glasses, let's color one yellow and the other blue.
Yes, sir.
Blue is my favorite color.
Mine too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You're a good assistant.
Thank you.
The last one said red.
Okay.
I kicked him out immediately.
Why would you kick them out?
Bad color choice. And this one you can make yellow.
Okay.
That seems good enough. Well, now let's stir them up all a bit so that we can see our colors a little bit better. Be sure to wipe off your stir stick so that the colors don't become intermixed.
Thanks.
Good job. Wow.
Like the ocean that God created.
Yes, exactly. Splendid work. Well, yes, those colors look quite nice. Now, let's put an empty glass between each of our full glasses. Well, splendid. Let's pause here for a moment. In our experiment, these full glasses represent followers of Jesus. Like these full glasses, we might be full of blessings that God gives us, like toys and clothes or money and even food, all kinds of things. And yet, as these empty glasses represent, there are others who do not have as much as we do. Maybe they do not have as many toys or even a clean dress to wear every single day. So, what should our response be when we see others in need? Well, that is what our experiment will help us to illustrate. Grace, we are going to be placing several paper towels into our glasses so that each glass is linked with the ones next to it. You know what comes next, don't you?
Yes.
What?
We're going to take some of the paper towels.
No.
Oh.
It's our hypothesis.
Oh.
Yes. What do you think will happen once we place the paper towels into the glasses, connecting them?
Once we connect them, the colors are going to spread onto the paper napkin.
Oh. Very good. Well, we'll have to see if you're correct. And what about you, boys and girls? What is your hypothesis? What do you think will happen when we place a paper towel in each glass, linking them all together? Ah, yes. Well then, I believe it's time to test our hypothesis. Grace, please tear off a paper towel and fold it in half.
Okay.
No worries. Okay, now fold it again lengthwise. Okay, now you can make an arch for your paper towel, placing one end of the paper towel in the first glass and the other half in the glass next to it.
Wait, this one?
Yes. Perfect. Now, we must do the same thing for each and every single glass until all the glasses are linked together by the paper towels.
Yes, sir.
Well done. My, I'm just exhausted, even just watching you. Ah. Well, it's a good thing we have to wait for a while to see what happens. Why don't we take a few hours for nap time, and then we'll come back and check our results. Okay, children, leave your experiment where it is and check on it from time to time to see what happens. And we'll see you in a little while.
Don't say Moody.
What? Where am I?
You're in the lab.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, we're back. Well, I don't know about you, Grace, but I'm feeling quite refreshed after my nap. How about you?
It was good.
That's a good nap, yes.
It was very good.
Well, what do you think happened with our experiment?
It put all the colors bleeded together.
Yes,
Made other colors.
they did. The paper towels absorbed the water, but then they filled the empty cups, blending the colors together. What colors do you see?
I see red, pink, blue, green, yellow, orange, red.
Wonderful. Why don't you take the paper towels out so that we can see the colors a little bit better?
Okay.
Oh. Do you think they taste good?
Yes.
I think you're wrong.
I'm pretty sure I am.
It made a beautiful rainbow, didn't it? Yes. What a great example of how we should respond to others in need. We share the blessings that God gives us. The Bible speaks of helping those in need. In Deuteronomy 15:11, it says, "For the poor will never cease from the land. Therefore I command you, saying, You shall open your hand wide to your brother, to your poor and your needy in your land." The believers of the early church lived out this command by providing for one another what they needed. Acts chapter 4, verses 34 and 35 says, "Nor was there anyone among them who lacked, for all who were possessors of lands or houses sold them, and brought the proceeds of the things that were sold, and laid them at the apostles' feet, and they distributed to each other as anyone had need." Here we see that they sold their land and homes in order to provide for those who had need. And why is helping the needy so important? Because our love for others is evident in the change God has made in us. In 1 John 3:17 through 18, the Apostle John writes, "But whoever has this world's goods and sees his brother in need and shuts up his heart from him, how does the love of God abide in him? My little children, let us not love in word or in tongue, but in deed and in truth." This is what the word charity means. It is an outward expression of love to help those in need. And like our experiment here, which produced a beautiful rainbow, when we demonstrate our love for one another by helping those in need, the world sees the difference God's love has made in our lives and in the lives of those around us. Jesus confirms this truth in the book of John in chapter 13, where he says, "By this all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." Well, Grace, I think our experiment was a success, would you say?
Yes.
But were we correct in our hypothesis?
Yes. Well,
I think we
yes.
were.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Honestly, my nap kind of made my memory a little fuzzy.
Yeah, mine's too.
Well, and how about you at home? Were you correct in your hypothesis? And so what conclusion can we make from what we have learned? God's blessings are meant to be shared with those in need. And when we share, the world will see God more clearly as a result. Grace, you've been an example of that very thing today. Thank you for helping me in my time of need.
You're welcome.
And that's all for today. If you try this or any of the other experiments at home, send us a video on Instagram tagged at CCGS Kids. I would love to see how your experiments have gone. Until next time, goodbye!